through the eyes of a raven. High above the tumultuous terrain, where jagged cliffs met the roaring sea, there soared a raven, Obsidian by name. Unlike other birds, Obsidian had a peculiar gift. He could absorb memories of whatever he gazed upon, and for a brief moment, live through their experiences. This particular morning, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Obsidian's eyes locked onto an elderly woman, Eleanor, sitting by a window in a small cottage. The memories came flooding in, and for a few seconds, Obsidian was no longer a raven, but a woman, reliving Eleanor's memories. He felt Eleanor's joy during her youth, dancing in the town square, laughing without a care. He experienced her love for Samuel, a sailor, whose promises were as vast as the ocean he sailed. But then, the anguish of waiting by the window, year after year, for Samuel's return, only to receive a letter that he had been lost to the sea. Emerging from the trance, Obsidian flew further, his heart heavy. Next, his gaze fell upon a young boy, Leo, playing on the shore. In an instant, he felt Leo's wonder at discovering the world, the simple joy of feeling the wet sand beneath feet, building castles and imagining grand battles with seashell soldiers. But intertwined with the innocence was a shadow of loneliness. Leo's parents were often absent, consumed by work, shaking off the weight of these human emotions. Obsidian soared even higher, reaching the cliff's edge, where a painter, Agatha, meticulously captured the landscape. Through her eyes, Obsidian saw the world differently. Every hue was more vibrant. Every shadow held a secret. He felt Agatha's pride in her work, but also her frustration. For every masterpiece she created, she could never capture the essence of the landscape's soul. As evening approached, Obsidian settled on a tree branch, reflecting. Each gaze, each memory, was a testament to the myriad of human experiences. The joys, the sorrows, the hopes, and the dreams. They painted a picture more complex than any landscape. But with this gift also came a curse. The weight of so many lives, so many emotions, could be overwhelming. Yet, Obsidian realized that it was a privilege to see the world not just from the skies but through the souls of those below. He wasn't just a spectator. He was a silent guardian, a keeper of memories in the vast tapestry of life. The last bloom of winter. As winter tightened its grasp on the town of Eldridge, a strange phenomenon captured the attention of its residents. A solitary cherry blossom tree, standing defiantly against the harsh winds, was in full bloom. Its vibrant pink flowers stood in stark contrast to the white blanket of snow that surrounded it. Isabella, a botanist who had recently moved to Eldridge, was particularly fascinated. It defied all logic for a cherry blossom to bloom in such conditions. Curiosity piqued. She began to visit the tree daily, taking notes and samples, hoping to unravel its mystery. One particularly frosty morning, Isabella met an old woman named Clara at the base of the tree. Clara, with her silver hair and deep-set blue eyes, looked as if she was a part of the very landscape. "You're curious about the tree, aren't you?" she asked. Isabella nodded, explaining her bewilderment. Clara smiled softly and began to tell a tale. "This tree," she started, "is bound to the heart of Eldridge. Many years ago, a great tragedy befell this town. A sudden avalanche buried half the village, leaving families torn apart. This tree was planted in memory of those who were lost." Isabella listened intently. "The cold, forgotten. Every year, as winter approaches, the tree would remain barren, mourning with the town. But one year, a child named Alara, who had lost her parents in the avalanche, made a wish upon the tree. She wished that no matter how cold or desolate the winter, the town would always have a symbol of hope. The next morning, the tree was in full bloom, and it has been that way every winter since." Isabella was moved by the tale. "But why is it that the tree's blooming still, after so many years?" Clara's eyes twinkled. "Because hope, once ignited, never really fades. It persists, through the harshest conditions, reminding us that spring will always follow winter. This tree is the embodiment of that hope." As the winter progressed, the tree became a gathering spot for the town. Families would come, share stories, and remember their lost ones. The blooming cherry blossoms became a symbol of resilience, love, and the promise of renewal. And while Isabella continued her research, she realized that not everything needed a scientific explanation. Some mysteries were meant to remain unsolved, their beauty lying in the wonder they evoked. The last bloom of winter was one such mystery. A gentle reminder of nature's miracles and the enduring power of hope. Labyrinth of Memories. The city of Valoria was known for many things, but the most mysterious of all was the Grand Labyrinth of Memories. At its entrance stood an ornate archway, inscribed with an old Valorian adage, "To traverse the past is to understand the future." Unlike any other maze, this labyrinth was not made of hedges or stone walls but was a convoluted network of interconnected memories. Once inside, a visitor would be confronted with visions of their past, both the joyous moments and the painful ones. Sir Cedric, a renowned scholar, ventured into the labyrinth, driven by a desire to revisit a particular memory. As he walked deeper, he was flooded with visions of his childhood, the scent of his mother's cooking, the sound of his father's laughter, and the feeling of the warm summer breeze on his face. But as he ventured further, the memories became more intense. He found himself reliving the moment he had to leave his family to pursue his studies, the heartbreak of losing his first love, and the regret of missed opportunities. It was said that the labyrinth challenged its visitors, testing their emotional resilience and forcing them to face their deepest fears and regrets. Many had entered, hoping to find closure or clarity, but not all found what they were looking for. As Cedric delved deeper, he realized that the labyrinth was not just showing him memories randomly. It was guiding him towards that one elusive memory he desperately sought, the last time he saw his younger sister, Liana. They had parted on bitter terms, their bond strained by a disagreement neither could recall. Finally, after what felt like days, Cedric reached the heart of the labyrinth. There, he was confronted with the memory in its full intensity. He saw his harsh words, Liana's tearful eyes, and the moment they turned away from each other. But this time, he noticed something he had missed before. Liana had left him a note, one that he had never read. It spoke of her love for him and her hope that they would reconcile one day. Tears streamed down Cedric's face. The labyrinth had granted him a second chance. A deeper understanding of a memory clouded by pride and anger. As he exited the maze, he was not the same man who had entered. He was lighter, unburdened by the weight of past regrets. The labyrinth of memories, with its challenges and revelations, was a testament to the power of reflection and understanding. It served as a reminder that while the past could not be changed, one's perspective of it could evolve, leading to healing and growth. The Glass Butterfly. In a quaint town nestled between the mountains, there was a legend that spoke of a glass butterfly, an artifact so beautiful yet so fragile, that it was said to hold the power to grant a single wish to anyone who could find it and keep it intact. However, there was a catch. The butterfly was nestled somewhere in the treacherous cliffs surrounding the town, and many had lost their lives trying to find it. Alara, a young woman from the town, had always been fascinated by the legend. She grew up hearing tales of brave souls who had ventured into the mountains in search of the butterfly but never returned. Despite the risks, the allure of a single wish, a chance to change one's destiny, was too tempting to resist. One fateful day, driven by a recent heartbreak and the desire to rewrite her story, Alara decided to search for the butterfly. Equipped with a map from old town records and a determined heart, she ventured into the mountains. The journey was perilous, with rocky terrains and narrow ledges. As days turned into weeks, Alara faced many challenges: treacherous weather, dwindling supplies, and moments of self-doubt. But her resilience never wavered. One evening, as the sun painted the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Alara stumbled upon a hidden cave. Inside, amidst the shimmering stalactites, she saw it, the glass butterfly, its wings catching the faint light, casting mesmerizing reflections around the cave. Alara approached it with bated breath, her fingers trembling as she reached out to touch it. But as she did, she paused. The weight of her decision pressed on her. Did she want to use the butterfly for a personal wish? Or did the journey teach her something more profound about acceptance and the beauty of life's imperfections? After much contemplation, Alara decided to leave the butterfly untouched, realizing that her quest had already granted her wish. She had discovered a strength she never knew she had, and the ability to find beauty in her journey, regardless of the destination. She returned to the town, not with the butterfly, but with a story of self-discovery and growth. Her tale became legendary, reminding the townspeople that sometimes the journey and the lessons learned along the way are more valuable than the destination or the prize. The legend of the glass butterfly continued, but with a new twist. It wasn't just about a wish but about finding oneself amidst life's challenges and cherishing the journey. No matter how difficult